Welcome in to the new members and to the old members that have found their way back to the community. I need you just as much as you need me. In this morning's update, we'll take a look at XRP's technical analysis. We'll take a look at Bitcoin post-halving, as XRP right now is up 2.59% on the day. We're sitting right at 51.57 cents. The most important factors to see today is if you were part of the live last night, we talked about XRP, we've talked about this rising channel, and we've further evolved it further on in the pattern so that we could get this major resistance area. That is a big barrier right now. We know the 508 is a big point of contention. We do have a technical target up to 54 cents on this breakout from what we were considering a mini bull flag disguised within a much larger bear flag. And we've discussed this for several days here. Even if we were bearish, we expected this price action to come through here, and even if bearish, to break up into this area to get a rejection, and then if it's bearish, to either come down here, you could come down to 38.7 or 39, or down to the technical target from this broken rising channel. Could be all the way down to 34.9 in current times. So that's what we're looking at from the shorter side of the patterns. So we really need to pay attention to this on this Saturday morning. It's a thinly traded weekend. Right now, everybody's going to wonder, how does XRP continue to bounce? What do we have to do from here? And I think it's an excellent question. We have a golden cross here in the 50 or the 45 minute. And the 30 minute, you've had a golden cross confirmed 20 through the 200 and 50 through the 200. If we come down to the 2 hourly, we have a bullish cross. We're trying to hold the 100-day, but if we do come down a little bit farther, I would not be surprised if it comes back down to that 508 support area. That's basically the in-between level. So you've got all the way down where we broke out here, which if it came all the way back down, it's on the outside here is about 48.9, 49 cents. But this in-between level, you've got that 50.8 cent support resistance now. That could very well be a mid-tier pivot retest. So pay attention to that 508. I know it gets a little dicey around this area because there's a lot of resistance support around here. But this is what we have to remember. 50.8 cents could be a logical back test here, as that was a major level of contention here before we broke out. And then we were able to put together last night in the live that rising channel so that it made more sense. Let's take this out of here so that we can actually see what the hell's going on. So 50.8, we've got 54 cents. Let me put this down into 1. And let's put these back here. This will be, I'll put orange on the bottom side for the support. And this darkish grayish blue as this resistance side. So if you see it in orange like this is the support side. We'll put it like this. Resistance side is farther up. Or support side is like that, but the resistance side's farther up. That 41.1 is not. This is the technical targets. That 41.1 right here was the bottom, as we can see. So we'll see how this plays out as we continue along. But it's very important to see. I know there's a lot of stuff in this on this chart, but there's a reason why. It's these resistance and support areas, but then also that rising channel. Right now, XRP is trying to get past this small area right here. And as soon as we evolve past this, we'll be able to make this a little easier to read in just this particular pattern. But we do have to make sure that we clear these areas. And that's why I'm going to continue to keep that resistance support line at 508. And then underneath, if we fall through, obviously we know we would have to hold this pattern formation. But right now it's teasing this push and it's looking at the continuation. It was about a 10% move we've been talking about from this breakout point. It's gone up about 4.2% in totality, on its way to about a 9.6% move up to about 54.2 cents. So not surprised here at all. Now we need to see if this was a fake out of any kind. See if first level 508 holds on the back test. So if you haven't gotten in yet and you're looking for some kind of entry point, 508 could definitely be an area if it holds that consolidation. That seems to be the most likely spot after a correction back down very quickly up to that 508. That's what it looks like to me if I'm looking at it from the untrained eye or the trained eye. And we still know we've got this expansion zone we broke down out of. So if we did have some kind of crazy back test, we could in fact come all the way up here to almost 60 cents. So that's if we can get past that 54.4 cent area on the technical target. But technically, with the way this is set up, I would not be surprised if we came all the way up to that 50 cent mark. But that's to be determined. Right now, the good news here is we're back over the handle support resistance line. This is the cup and handle resistance support right at 50.8 cents. So now that we're over 50.8 right now, I could see a back test on that handle support. So even if the other formation made it a little bit more complicated because there's so much stuff happening in that short time frame, this should help everybody along. This is the cup and handle formation. 85% of the time, this will break bullish. And if we do get a little bit more steam here, we do look like we have a bullish candle here engulfing in the daily. After a nice reversal candle, if this continues on, we already know up here at that 546, that lines up perfectly with that test of resistance up here on the technical target from the short-term pattern breakout on that small bull flag. But if we do break that short-term technical target, you would absolutely come back up here to right around that 60 cents, and that's the mid-tier handle resistance that we still need to get back over. So that's what it looks like we're working on here today to try to see how we're going to react in these areas. If we do have a consolidation, watch the 50.8 cent mark. And then obviously over the top on this rising channel resistance, if we're starting to push back over, we're going to want to be over this morning at 51.9 cents. So at 519, if we're holding that, that should help you confirm a pushback to 54 cents and some change. But you have to get over 51.9 cents. And then you're looking to hold 508 here on a back test if we do come down here. Also, we're going to do some reading of how 500 million XRP has shifted hands from whales. Now, that could be from an exchange, off an exchange, but this is nearly 500 million XRP in totality. This came out late last night, so we'll read this so that everybody can see. And if you are watching right now, please make sure to hit that like button so YouTube recommends this update. It will greatly help push this content. It'll allow more and more people on this Saturday morning to see this. And I think it's very critical to watch this technical analysis so that you can see the short term along with that cup and handle setup so that you can see the potential bullish push or bearish if we were to reverse back down. Also, if you're looking to trade XRP, whether in the USA or worldwide, look in the video description below and or pinned comments. And for BITUNIX, no VPN required worldwide, lowest spot and leverage trading fees in the USA, and you don't have to worry about the high spot trading fees when you buy or sell, or leverage trading fees that are really ridiculous on other exchanges. And KYC is up to you whether or not you want to do it, whether you want to send to or from another exchange or deposit and withdraw to another bank account, which in that case you would need to do a KYC. If you do appreciate my work, consider sending one YouTube super chat per month or joining Tom's Armies. It's been an incredibly slow month this month, but you know, that is not a surprise to me. Other than that, please make sure to hit that like button as I go into the intro so YouTube recommends this update at the very least. And then if you do appreciate my work, hit that subscribe button and join the over 21,400 subscribers. So good morning. 10:42 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Saturday, April 20th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So I want to read this little bit with XRP, and then we'll get into the Bitcoin chart. So amid $10 XRP price stream, whales trigger speculation with nearly 500 million XRP on the move. And a move that has sparked concern among XRP holders. Nearly 500 million XRP has been transferred from undisclosed wallets to major exchanges. Bitvavo, ByThump, and Bitstamp. Like I always say, there's expected price depreciation after whatever rally we're having when you have whales take money off of cold wallets and load it onto the exchange. Vice versa, you're expecting price appreciation even after a run if whales are taking money from the exchange or their tokens from the exchange and putting it into an unknown wallet. That's what you want to see, or into a wallet. Right now, it's the opposite. The transaction detected by Whale Alert come at pivotal time for XRP. which has been regaining ground after a recent dip to 43 cents. This significant movement of XRP has raised speculation about the intentions behind these transfers and their potential impact on XRP stability. Whale Alert, a platform that tracks large cryptocurrency transactions, reported a series of transfers involving 452 million XRP to BitVavo, BitDump, and Bitstamp. The first notable transfer occurred on Bitstamp, where 22 million XRP was deposited from an unknown wallet amounting to over 10.8 million. Following that transfer, BitHump received a substantial 390,869,591 XRP from an unidentified source, valued at approximately 194 million. Shortly after, BitVavo received two transactions totaling 40 million XRP from disclosed wallets, each valued at 20 million. The timing of these large-scale transfers has triggered speculation within the crypto community, particularly due to the unknown origins of the funds. One particular X user by the name of Daniel speculated over a potential XRP price dump following the transfer of 390.8 million XRP to BitDump exchange. These movements came as XRP has made strides to recover from its recent price drop to 43 cents. The cryptocurrency saw a 6% gain, returning to its 50-cent range. Now it's up over 52. The influx of XRP to exchange has raised concern about a potential sell-off, which could negatively impact the price of XRP. The transfer of such significant amount of XRP to exchanges has prompted mixed reactions among market observers. Some view it as a regular part of trading activity, while others interpret it as a signal of impending market volatility. The lack of transparency regarding the source wallets adds to these transactions' uncertainty. So that's what I wanted to see about that. I'm not looking at someone's speculation about how XRP can go up to 10 or 50 or 200, but I wanted to at least show that about the 500 million XRP that are on the move. And then the only other reading of note that I would like to do before I get back into more of the technicals is Ripple versus SEC update. Big stakes in opposition brief. XRP OI surpasses 1 billion. So Ripple versus SEC lawsuit enters a pivotal week as Ripple Labs defense team prepare to file its operation brief in response to the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission's remedies-related brief, as the SEC requests a Judge Torres for final judgment, and redacted versions of the filing is likely to be public a few days later. So, let's see. Judge Torres for final judgment and nearly $2 billion in penalties. Ripple is to submit a sealed response on April 22nd. Ripple surpasses versus SEC update, big take in opposition brief, XRP open interest. The U.S. SEC filed a startling remedies-related brief seeking final judgment to pay $876.3 million in disgorgement, $198.1 million in pre-judgment interest, and $876.3 million in civil penalties. The SEC argued $1.95 billion is a valid due to violation of Section 5 of the Securities Act of 1933 and conducting unregistered offerings of XRP institutional sales. Ripple executives expressed outrage, as we know, yada, yada, yada. So Ripple to file a redacted version of its opposition brief, along with supporting declarations and exhibits on April 22nd, Ripple vs. SEC lawsuit. The materials designated by the SEC as confidential or highly confidential will remain sealed. Ripple may also file a public version of exhibits as per their earlier protective orders. And this is on Monday, so it's important for everybody to be up to date. After a meeting between the parties on April 23rd, Ripple will file a public redacted version of the opposition brief on April 24th. Ripple's attorney will argue against the SEC's request for $2 billion in penalties, despite plausible assertions. Furthermore, the parties could also confer on programmatic sales and secondary market sales, with claims expected in Ripple's original opposition filing next week. So, Ripple will also cite a court decision in the Aaron Grovo case that if a buyer suffers no financial loss, the SEC is not entitled to disgorgement from the seller. The SEC alleged that institutional investors have suffered $480 million in damage owing to discrimination. Moreover, Coinbase gaining clarity on secondary market sales as not securities could also appear in the opposition brief. Well, the SEC is, shame on them. That's shameful to say disgorgement, because they're the ones who caused the drop in price with the lawsuit. So should the SEC be paying us holders? Something to consider, since they have caused the disgorgement. On May 6th, the SEC to file its reply brief under seal. Furthermore, parties and third parties are to file letter motions in opposition related to seals in the filing until May 20th. Meanwhile, XRP price trades over 50 cents, up more than 5% in the past 24 hours. Traders remain bullish on the XRP as Ripple files its opposition To provide further clarity on next steps in the case as per CoinGate Markets, if this positive trend persists, the cryptocurrency might soon hit the key 55-cent mark. XRP futures and options open interest are rising after the Bitcoin halving. XRP futures OI rises 4% over 1.06 billion in the last 24 hours and 3% in the last few hours, showing signs of reversal to 60 cents. While the increase is marginally low, a massive rise is expected after the filing. So consider that reading that we've done this morning as well. As futures position open interests are up 4% or over $1 billion since the halving, and the 500 million XRP that's been shifted by whales. Pay attention to that as well. And also the SEC first Ripple updates as of for April 22nd. Remedies related brief is going to be added by Ripple, and then 23rd and 24th some other crap, and then we'll be able to see some stuff by the public since they're going to redact all the important stuff. So shame on Ripple for being a part of that, but there's nothing we can do about that. They've agreed to hide a bunch of shit from us, so it's what we have to deal with. And then last but not least, before I leave, and then I am going to leave because I'm going to my grandpa's in a little bit, so I'll be gone for most of the day, but I wanted to do this update before I left. So with Bitcoin, we're still trying to get back over what would be a bull flag resistance. We want to be over 64,200, and if this consolidates true and this is actually bottomed, our next area after we get back within the 64,200 is going to be a nice 8,000 point jump if we come back to the top of resistance. And as bearish as it looks, when you start looking at this, if this actually pops out like this, you could really see a gigantic W reversal, and this could very well play out as a bull flag. We've had to come down for support, and now it's up to this to be nothing more than a weekly wick, and then you could certainly see how this could very well turn into a massive W if this plays out. So there is optimism to be had here on the Saturday morning. If we were to get rejected here, first target down would be 57,800 range. Technical target's 49,537. But it's actually not. It's actually going to be a little higher. We'll go from here now because we like to make sure that we stay ahead of what could be possibly changing. The 2-hour time frame in the daily. So now it's 50,599 on this pattern formation if it gets rejected in current positioning. And then it would come down to the 200 days. So that would be an absolutely perfect retest if it came down. Other than that, if it breaks up, and we'll move this along with its counterpart, just in case it takes a little bit longer. So if it happens there, then we're looking at a technical target of 85,000. Or, so basically if we break bullish out of Bitcoin, we have a technical target of 85,000. If we break bearish, we have a technical target right now in current time that's up a little bit to 50,600 area. So we continue to move along with the uptrending resistance and downtrending support. So that's what I've got this morning. Make sure you pay very close attention. It's going to be a very volatile weekend, or at least start to the week it looks like. The Bitcoin halving is complete. No major news has come of yet. No major activity has come of yet either. But this is the closest and the most visual I can give you with Bitcoin of what's to come. And we are working off of that cup and handle now. So if we want to come back down to 50,599, that's one thing. Or if we retest the broadening wedge at 57,000 and some change, that's another option. But as of right now, we're going to see if we can break that resistance that we're talking about on the pattern formation. And right now we know we've got to get above 71,200. With XRP, before I leave, make sure that you understand XRP, yes, it broke out of a short-term pattern that looks like a mini bull flag, but we've still got a lot of work to do here. We've still got to make sure we hold this 508 on a back test, which it does look like we're more than likely going to do to try to convert or actually validate this move up. And then we've got to push over this resistance at 518. And then ultimately our technical target's up here at just over 54 cents. You get on top of that, you could have a major rally to push back up to mid-tier handle resistance, would lead you all the way back up to here to around 60.5 cents. So that's the cup and handle formation. So that's what I got, everybody. Have a blessed Saturday morning. I thank each and every one of you for tuning in. A special shout out to Tom's Army for helping pay this forward, because I don't do any paid promotions, advertisements, or sponsorships of any kind. I don't charge for any of my content, as it's free for all, because I want everybody who wants to learn to have the ability to get the education. If you made it until the end, hashtag be better, do better in the comments.